Hello, everyone, and welcome. We are joined today by the executive producer who wanted to be here from the jump. He is here. Behold. I don't know if he'll stay, but he is here. Perhaps he knows that sometimes he gets fucking treats now, thanks to y'all. But yes, hello. I hope you are all doing well on this fine Wednesday. God, I had to think about it for a sec. We're really in it now, huh, bud? He looks so out of focus, because he is. Will you focus on him? Whatever. He's here. Yeah. So unfortunately we weren't able to get Alan in today. So we won't be doing Pathologic, and I won't be streaming tomorrow, and then I won't be in town the week after, given that that's Christmas and all that stuff. So, this is gonna be the last stream for a little bit. And we're gonna be doing Kentucky Route Zero. We are opening with the interstitial between Act 2 and 3, which is The Entertainment, which is a weird black box theater production, operating on like 3 hours of sleep. If you told me it was another day, I would have believed you. I mean, I had to pause and really think about it. I don't know when I am. God, I saved it one. But yeah, it's a fun time. So this will be a little black box theater production thingy to begin with, before we get back to the actual meat of the game. But it's a funky little thing, and I have a memory of them saying the phrase, and this explains the title of the stream, "Good Christian Woman," somewhere in the neighborhood of like a dozen fucking times. So I have no idea whether or not they say it as much as I remember. I have no idea whether or not I am just misremembering things, but we're gonna go through it all together, and we're gonna get into it. So first, checking. Okay. Yeah, let's get to it. I'm again trying some stuff with my microphone arrangement and voice and things, so. Also, I think the only part of the game that's first person, if I remember right. Too goddamn hot. Too GD hot.
It's cool in here.
Yep.
Like Babylon outside.
GD, you're right. Well, cool in here.
It's an oasis. I wonder how Ted's holding up.
AC. Down there, they all have it.
Sure, you're right. I've never been to Texas.
Oh, sure. They all have AC. Too cold, almost. In July, even.
He's got a hotel.
Yeah, a hotel life. That's living.
Barfly sits alone. At a table with 2 glasses, one empty. Examines empty glass. Examines full glass. Looks at ashtray. Maybe too much. I mean, what's to stop him, really? Meet some tall thing at the hotel bar?
No. Ted's a good man.
No, I know.
He wouldn't run around.
You're right. Director's notes. Lem Doolittle's original script for A Reckoning has almost no explicit stage directions. From the author's essays and letters, we know Doolittle thought of the writer as an equal partner with the actors. The actors should have equal authority to write by acting into what Doolittle called the living script. Given the lack of stage directions and our own interest as a company in foregrounding the physicality of theater, we made the bold decision to borrow the stage directions from his rarely performed pantomime, A Barfly, and fold them into the action of A Reckoning. We've always thought of those two pieces as related, so it's been very natural gesture to perform them simultaneously and on the same stage. James B. Carrington. Act 1 sound cues. Distant highway. Drone 1. Glasses clinking. Car passing by. Student Productions is audacious. We have the right to lie, said dramatist Antonin Artaud, but not about the heart of the matter. Obscure playwright Lem Doolittle seems to have made a project of this distinction in his play, A Reckoning. Originally written shortly before his mysterious disappearance several decades ago and published posthumously, the play is a favorite among companies wishing to show their knowledge of local cultural history. How unexpected, then, to encounter a production that treats the script so irreverently. This student company has gone so far as to change the title of the play, and even add a new character, a silent, uncredited actor who pantomimes drunkenness with all the grace of a dog trying to escape from under a duvet. Still, this staging of the entertainment stays true to the heart of Doolittle's work. Perhaps that's all these students owe him. Lily Thurston, Adair County News. How about a beer?
No beer today. Hard times whiskey.
That's all you've got?
It's a good whiskey. Local.
Yeah. You take deliveries from them?
Sure.
You ever see one of them? The boys from Hard Times?
What?
I've heard they're strange.
They work hard. They make a good whiskey. Who are we to judge?
Sure. Who are we?
No one of consequence.
What's all this bread for?
Sandwiches? Rain's law.
The old ones went bad while you were on vacation? You have a good time while the sandwiches rotted?
Oh, you know me. Couldn't shut it off. 7 days on a beach and all I could think about was work. You know, the new kitchen. Maybe hire a hostess, you know?
A hostess? At the lower depths? Crazy.
No, it's not so crazy. I was in a bar down there in New Orleans. They had a hostess, some dive. She seats you and, I don't know,
Points out the specials?
could have specials every night in here.
Drink specials. You make cocktails?
No. Food specials. Monday night chicken, I don't know, grilled chicken, Caesar salad. Class it up, you know? Bess would have liked it.
Here's to Bess.
Yeah. Let me grab a... Here's to Bess.
Good Christian woman.
Good Christian woman.
How about that sot in the corner?
Not bothering nobody.
Been here long?
Soon as I open. Got started a bit earlier, I expect.
On a bender, huh? Sleeping in a ditch or something? You don't think... Maybe Ted?
No. Ted's a good man. Honest, well-liked.
He's liked, but...
He's well-liked. Sales is a good fit.
Selling hammers. Can you believe it?
Somebody has to.
The hammers. They don't sell themselves.
Here.
It's just hard, Ted on the road.
It's tough all over.
What to do all day? Come here, I guess.
Sure. That's what I do.
Cheap drinks, conversation, and the entertainment.
Sure.
What's tonight?
Oh, tonight it's, Junebug.
I'll stay for that. I need some music. Get my mind off Ted. Something romantic, you know? A love song from when the world was young. What time?
Around 8, maybe.
Well, set 'em up slow, or I'll sleep right through it. Put it back on that weird dinosaur show, will you?
No, those history programs don't make any sense. I prefer the nature programs.
They think they can just say anything on TV. I don't believe there to be a damn word in the Bible about dinosaurs on the Ark.
Been a long time since Sunday school for me.
Do you go to church, though?
No, not since Bess. It was her church, really.
Good Christian woman.
Good Christian woman.
Well, I'm curious to see where they're going with it.
They got you now.
I just think they're gonna run out of rope before long. Dinosaurs on the Ark.
I prefer the nature programs.
Yeah. So was your vacation good?
7 days poolside.
I thought you said it was a beach.
Oh, sure. No, it was a pool.
Was it a pool or a beach?
Maybe. I don't remember.
Weird.
You think I'm making this up?
Oh, no, Hi, Harry. Are the old folks here?
Just me and Evelyn. All morning.
Hi, Evelyn.
And that sot in the corner.
You're early, Pearl. Your parents usually don't roll in until the evening, 5 or 6.
Everything all right?
Oh, sure, thanks. We just have some stuff to talk about. Well, post up here and let's watch this weird dinosaur show. I'll stand you a drink. All Harry's pouring today is Hard Times whiskey.
Good Christian woman.
That all you got?
They make a good whiskey.
Sure, but you know, the rumors.
Rumors are rumors.
Put it on my tab, Harry.
You driving, Pearl?
Oh, God, no. You know they all want almost 40 cents a gallon. I had the early shift, so I just walked over. In this heat,
You're still working over there at,
Ace Jewelry and Loan. Joe Harden, proudly trading shortcuts for dignity 6 days a week since 1962. At least they have the piety to shut down on Sunday. With Joe, it's more likely a hangover.
Couldn't it be both?
Well, I know you see more trade than I do. Must be slow over at the hardware store. Slow isn't the word. And now Ted is out, shilling for quality hammers to make up income. Have you considered quality hammers on your shelf? We made the switch recently and business has tripled. Well, of course, I'd love to have dinner with your lovely daughters.
Evelyn.
Hey, a man gets lonely out on the road. I know how it is.
No.
Harry, you've been traveling, right?
Sure, yeah. Down in New Orleans, just taking a break. A vacation. Looking around for ideas.
Tell her about the pool or the beach.
Evelyn. Sounds nice.
And the hostess.
I may just cut you off.
Evelyn looks dejected. Harry clears his throat.
So, the pool or the beach?
Yeah, Harry. Which was it?
Well, it was a week of relaxation, and now I'm back. You still look stressed, if you don't mind me saying.
Huh. He just looks like that.
Sure, that's just how I look. I've never known you to leave town, Harry.
I've never known you to leave this bar.
Oh, no. I get out. You still drive that old truck? I don't know. I think they towed it eventually.
The hell you say? That that must have been years ago, Harry.
How do you get around now? I take the bus or I walk.
You walk to New Orleans?
Watch it, Evelyn.
Looks dejected. I didn't mean nothing by it, Harry.
Harry, did you really go to New Orleans? Now, just where you two get off. Sorry, forget it.
Sure, she didn't mean nothing by it. We'll lay off you and get back to drinking. Gotta be ready for the entertainment.
Oh, who's on tonight? Night it's Junebug.
Works for me.
Round 8, I think.
I'll stick around. I could use some sad music. I came here to break some hearts. What's that? To dash dreams.
What are you talking about?
Gotta talk to my parents about their bar tab. I won't be paying for them anymore.
Hang on now.
No, it's time to cut the old folks loose and head west. I can't keep enabling them. You know?
A debt's a debt now.
Harry, I'm sorry. I know you've got a vested interest, and I don't want to make a victim of you. They'll come up with it somehow. I'm sure.
No, it's not that. The thing about debts is, you never know when they'll be reckoned and called in.
What's that mean?
I'm not saying anything, but
I know debt, Harry. I see it all day. It's all around me. Like a thick, gray fog. It's in the air I breathe. At the pawn shop. They have a new financial technology. I'm the ambassador. Did you know that? A new technology? It's a new kind of debt, Evelyn. And it's a mess.
What do you mean, a new kind of debt? This really does feel like an Arthur Miller play.
You know what we do at the pawn shop? Secured loans. We don't buy used goods. We take personal property as collateral on a loan. Then, if you don't pay your loan, we sell your stuff.
Sure, I get that.
It works for people who couldn't get loans otherwise. I guess. Now, Hardin has this new idea. He calls it a payday advance, but it's just a short-term, unsecured loan with a wicked interest rate. There's no filtering. Most who borrow can't keep up. Then he has this big pile of debts with big returns on paper, and he can sell those debts to a bank.
Huh. Who's borrowing like that?
Who do you think? when Joe put me in charge of it. The only dark-skinned clerk in the whole shop. You think so? I know it. Don't you see I look just like you? You can trust me. But Joe knows they won't pay on time. There's no money in lending, but there's money in usury.
That's in the Bible.
I won't be his shill. I just have to save a bit more, and then I go to California. I'll be a real clerk at a credit union or something. Something ethical. I just have to get rid of these old parasites first. Neither a borrower nor a lender be. Well, my tab is in good shape, I think.
You're behind, too. Not as bad as Slade's, but...
Well, Harry, the only thing I owe you is a handshake and this whiskey you're about to pour me.
Let's say this one's on me, Pearl.
Nah, I'm good for it.
For today, let's just say it's on me.
You're awfully strict about cash for a guy who just got back from a vacation.
Drink up, Evelyn. Maybe you'd better find some other chair to sink into, so your debts don't get reckoned out from under you.
I'm out for a bit. I'll be back later to disappoint a couple of old deadbeats. I'll stay for the entertainment.
I won't throw you out. Just remember what I said. A reckoning shall not be postponed indefinitely. Who let Harry Dubois be a bartender? God, what a nightmare.
Management material. That's what he said.
Oh, is that so?
11 years behind. A supermarket till. You're damn right.
Damn right.
I have commitment and reliability. That's what he said. Management material.
I bet you they raised to $3.
I bet 4. The responsibility.
You see Pearl today?
She was working, Inspector. She was working all day, I think.
Usually doesn't work mornings. The Slade women are all getting promoted.
I think they just put her on another shift.
What's the morning shift like at a pawn shop, do you think?
Black coffee and desperation.
Let's celebrate. Harry! Another round! We're celebrating 2 promotions in the family. Talked to Pearl today?
She worked all day.
She was here earlier. Looking for you 2. She'll be back. Why don't you just pace yourselves till you talk to her? We're celebrating. Pace yourselves or pay your bill.
Why are you so stuck on a bill all of a sudden? Are you sunstruck?
Sure. You know it's twice as bright when you got the ocean and the pool both reflecting at you.
Evelyn? You catch sight of any alligators? Sure, it was gators everywhere. A swamp.
Big, sandy swamp with a pool and a hostess.
Was that?
Set him up, Harry. Junebug will be here any minute.
and we want to be receptive.
All right. But I keep track. There'll be a reckoning.
You folks hear about the reckoning? First I've heard.
What's up, Harry? Short on your bills? Let the books get away from you? That's an ignorant thing to say. Been doing my books for 10 years, keeping this place alive all on my own ever since Bess. I ought to just let you run that tab up until you drink yourselves underground.
No, he didn't mean nothing by it, Harry.
Yeah, Harry. You know I'm only joking. Sure. I know. I know you're joking.
All right. Let's drink.
I better slow down. Hard times whiskey comes on strong. Don't want to end up like that boiled owl in the corner.
I can't tell anymore.
I hear they have some secret ingredients. Or a secret process or something.
Something in the wood they age it in.
Yeah, something strange in that wood.
Drink up, Larry.
Don't call me Larry. Sounds like an old man.
All right, Silver Fox.
Now you. I'll let it slide. Another?
Well, I don't get paid until Friday, and I haven't seen Portal all day.
She can pick it up when she comes back. Don't count on it.
What the hell kind of thing to say is that? Our own daughter!
Generosities have limits. I don't know what she said, but the Slades are good for it. This family takes care of our own.
Sure, we'll get straightened out when she comes back.
Better get here soon, or she'll miss the entertainment.
Shouldn't Junebug be here now, Harry?
Yep. That's what you get for working with artists. Good entertainment, but it's always late. This is pretty late, though.
We'll stick around.
We're celebrating.
Sure. Yeah, not expecting a late-night sentimental call. And if he does, let it ring. The philanderer.
Last drink, Evelyn.
One more, Harry. I just want to hear some music.
Well, you better show up soon. Speaking of pacing, this whole thing is paced incredibly slow. We're gonna be here for the first half of the stream, I bet.
I love this song. I've never heard it. It's a love song. It's a Valentine. Sure. Ever been in love?
Nope.
Me neither. Well, there's Ted. Son of a bitch.
Evelyn.
You love Ted, right? He's a son of a bitch. Out on the road, selling hammers and hammering shop girls.
You know he isn't.
Well, I wish he would.
You don't mean that.
Sure. I don't mean that. He's a son of a bitch. But you have to stick by your family. Sometimes. If it kills you.
Do you? Why?
You just have to. Why? I love this song. What if there
better off without us. My folks could get better with money. Ted could, I don't know, meet someone new. He wouldn't. He's a good man. Would you? All I want is to be free of parasites. Keep my own money, pay my own debts. Don't be a fool. Buy me a drink. What do you want? I want to run a hardware store with my dear husband. Evelyn. I want a whiskey. That's all you want. And a love song. She could have said.
Sure. Pearl, you could have said something.
I shouldn't have to say anything, Dad. Letting us just sit and soak up a debt?
We're celebrating. Pearl, it's supposed to be a celebration. Don't you know the news?
Larry, drop it. So celebrate. I'm not stopping you. But I'm not paying for it.
Your mother's going to be a manager.
So, put a manager's salary on that tab. It's not.
Sure, they said she's management material. What kind of material are you, Pearl?
Maybe. He said maybe. I'm made of sweat and blood and beer. Just like you raised me.
That's a damn strange thing to say. Sure, my hands are cut up, but you're a loan clerk, and your mother's a manager at a supermarket.
Damn it, Lawrence! It's not settled!
Not settled? O'Neill just handed you a promotion. Why can't you celebrate? Rosa, what did he say to you? Remember what he said to you?
He said...
Didn't he?
He said... Maybe eventually...
Maybe eventually?
Maybe eventually management material. Keep your chin up.
Maybe eventually.
Sooner or later.
Keep your chin up.
How's that, Dad?
Enough.
You can still settle. It'll just take longer.
I should look again.
Just sit with me, Larry. Let's just wait for the music. Get away from the awful stillness.
Sure.
We can celebrate.
Sure. Slade women are moving up.
Eventually.
If she's this late, she's not coming.
Where's Junebug? Where's the entertainment?
I said, if she's this late...
She always shows up. I've got nothing better to do.
You gonna settle up first?
Don't be a fool.
Watch it.
I'll buy you a drink.
How about, water, Evelyn? And maybe call it a night?
What time is it? I love this song. It's relaxing. Like the sun by the pool on a beach full of gators.
God damn it, Evelyn!
Harry, your language. What would Bess think? Good Christian woman.
God damn it! Who cares if I did or didn't go to New Orleans?
She didn't mean anything by it.
Maybe I just sat here alone in the dark Would you like that, Evelyn? That what you want to hear?
Watching nature programs in the dark.
Just me and the deer and the gators and the goddamn dinosaurs. It was Harry's Ark, Evelyn. 2 by 2 out of the flood and into the poorhouse.
She's just drunk.
All on my dime. Well, there's gonna be a reckoning. All of you. Just stick around and you'll see.
What are you talking about, Harry? What reckoning? I want to hear another love song.
I hope she never shows up. I can't pay her. The money's run out.
What's that?
It's gone. The money's all gone. I let you sponges soak up so many free drinks, I can't even stock the whiskey without striking a deal.
No more whiskey?
Harry, what kind of deal? Doesn't matter. You can't blame us. Harry, we're just a little short. From time to time.
Sure.
Just leave, Pearl. Just trust me.
Okay. I'm leaving. Are you sure?
I'm sure. You don't deserve this.
All I want is a love song and a whiskey.
You'll have plenty of time for whiskey.
I just want to be left alone. That man is like a straitjacket.
I know, Evelyn.
If only he'd meet some tall, young thing on the road.
I know.
11 years behind a supermarket till.
Keep your chin up, Rosa. Eventually.
Maybe eventually.
Hello, welcome in, pancakes. Welcome to a terrible play. Now, you should all clear out.
Where would we go? Just let us wait. Let us wait for Junebug.
We're good for it. We just want to have a few drinks. See the entertainment. Then we'll go home.
You don't understand.
Sure. We know you're struggling. We're all struggling. Harry, you said you have a deal, right?
God damn it.
You don't understand me.
Harry, your language.
What's to understand? We'll settle our debt soon. Rosa's in line for this promotion.
All they want is debt. They feed on it. They put it in the whiskey.
What? What the hell are you saying?
He'll be here soon. The boy from Hard Times. There'll be a reckoning. Harry, our debt's not to the distillery.
It is now. I traded it. I sold it. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. They put debt in the whiskey. Anyway, that was the entertainment. We missed a chunk of it. Yeah, the wireframe skeletons will come back. Those are plot important wireframe electric skeletons. That was the entertainment. That was the interstitial between 2 and 3. That is, I believe, one of the low points of the game, because it is just so funkily paced. We took 50 minutes, almost 40 minutes going through that fucking thing. But now we're going to be moving on to Act 3. We missed a chunk of that because there's a bunch of contemporaneous stuff going on, but I thought the play was going to be the more crucial thing to focus on. But you have the ability, as I kind of showed at the beginning, to look around the room and look at various things. Like, you can look at the audience and you'll get, like, reviews. You can look at the people at the side and you'll have stage directions. If you look down at your own table, you look at the barfly's, like, stage directions and things like that. I kind of get what they were trying to do with that one, but I don't think it was executed the best. But they say good Christian woman so much that it has just lodged itself in my brain as a vocal tick. And yeah, so, but the boys from Hard Times are putting debt in the whiskey. I think that's really the big takeaway here. Anyway, let's start on with Act 3. Yeah, psychic damage. TLDR, the debt's in the booze. The rest of these people are not important. 83 and sunny now. It looks like it's gonna get up to about 101 by late afternoon in Louisville and 103 in E-Town. Not a cloud in sight, so get out those parasols. Major accident just ahead of the Bardstown exit, so if you're headed to work on the 31, you are late, my friend. Sugar? As it is.
That's what Ira used to say. I had a dream about him last night.
I heard you yelling. Bad dreams?
We were up on a roof, Ira and I, and Charlie, eating a light supper. I was drinking sweet tea. Charlie was reading. We were surrounded by other houses, closely packed. Huge sidewalks. It must have been, what's the word?
Subdivision?
That's it, I'm sure. Below us, a group of people were gathered, standing quietly. A man was reading from a book. I asked Ira about the weather. Would it rain on Tuesday, or when would the sun set, something like that. He wouldn't answer me. Charlie stood up, and Ira told him to watch his step, and then I remembered. I woke up before I could stop him.
Charlie was alone on that roof.
I guess he was. He was so bright. His teacher said... What was the word?
Imaginative.
That's it. How could I forget?
It wasn't his fault.
It wasn't anyone's fault, Conway. That's what we mean when we say it's... a tragedy.
Tragedy.
Sure. Well... we have a mail order delivery today. Might be a long drive. I hope the truck can keep up. Or hold up.
Long drive.
What makes you think so? They said they couldn't come in person. Maybe just a shut-in. I don't recognize the address. The order is all... I'm I'm sure we can fill it.
Not much left back there.
That's good. I wouldn't want a disused pile of antiques to be my... Oh, what's the word?
Legacy?
Maybe. No. It's not the word. I just need to think a bit. More coffee or something, or I've had too much.
It'll come to you.
Maybe. I'm not sure anymore. It seems inevitable. There will start to be words that I lose forever. What are those boxes you set in the hallway?
Those are your clothes. You packed them yesterday.
Of course. Cora should be here soon. Will you wait with me?
Sure, Liz. I'll wait with you.
There's your traffic and weather on the fives. That's every 10 minutes, brought to you by the Consolidated Power Company. Stick around for Old Kentucky Home with Kate, helping you turn your humble home into a mansion. After this. I'm hoping these softer lines are picking up, because I am on the mic. Anyway, hey, remember those skeletons and remember our fucked up leg? We've replaced our leg. We fixed it. They're picking up. Good. Thanks, Scoop. But that's only if you make a late payment on the follow-up visit. I think everything went through well enough here that they'll only want to bill for,
Oh, he's awake. How do you feel, old man? All fixed up? Truman says you might be a bit misty coming out of it, so...
Are we becoming a fucked up skeleton? We are, Bridge! It's a metaphor.
What time is it?
It's been about 2 hours.
What have you been doing?
We watched TV for a while. Then Dr. Truman showed me some of the terms of this bill. It's kind of... You'll want to look it over yourself, I think.
It's simultaneously, I think, a metaphor for both debt and addiction. Because Conway is an alcoholic. That becomes very obvious later, but it's been kind of hinted at here and there in how he is doing. But Conway is a recovering alcoholic. How about the leg? How's your leg feeling?
Yeah, that's the important part.
Conway shifts his leg a bit in the chair, testing it.
Well?
This isn't my leg.
Not your... Of course it's your leg.
Doesn't feel like it belongs to me anymore.
I haven't encountered this reaction before. But it's not totally unheard of. I read a paper about something like this last year. It can happen for a lot of reasons. Neurological, psychological, social. I'm sure it won't persist in your case. The play had the heavy-handed implication that debt and alcoholism were heavily intertwined. Yup. That's gonna be an ongoing theme with Conway, specifically. Your thoughts and feelings are probably still a little nebulous from the Neripnol TM. That's totally normal. It'll pass. I wouldn't recommend driving, at least for another hour or two, regardless.
Thank you, Doctor.
Sure, it's... Let's talk about a few things that you should be aware of. Recovery, rehabilitation, and side effects.
Oh, I'm used to a few side effects. There'll be side effects of Neripnol TM mostly. The operation itself wasn't particularly remarkable. Typically, we see daydreaming, deja vu, pensiveness, fugue states, irregular perception of time. About 15% of patients report a generalized sensation of lateness. Nothing to be alarmed about. Just keep it in mind. Best thing you can do is keep it clean and free of debris. What do I clean it with? Only clean your leg with a soft cloth, moistened with water or isopropyl alcohol. You'll definitely want to avoid abrasive agents like detergents or other solvents. So, do you have any questions? Anything about the bill that didn't make sense? I don't mean to rush you, but I have an early fishing trip.
Tell him about the payment plan in the bill.
Yeah. That's one of the, atypical clauses. I don't really have any control over the bill now that the Consolidated Power Company bought my employer. They handle everything. So it all runs through your electricity bill now. You can pay it back in full on your next billing cycle, or you can get on an energy credit payment plan. You'd have to call Consolidated Power for more detail about that. I don't really understand how it works. Something about generating electricity to send back into the grid.
Thanks for your help. Julian's outside. We can head back to your truck.
Act 3, Scene 1. The Museum of Dwellings. You get some rest back there? Doctor seemed nice enough. Just got in over his head is all.
How are the drugs treating you?
Streetlights seem a bit brighter.
Oh, like trails and tracers?
What do you mean?
The debt is in the whiskey. Oh, never mind. Your pupils are probably just dilated or something. My dad got a hold of these eye drops once. They stimulate the muscles in your eyeball and dilate the pupils. I guess they have some medical use, but one of the other miners said they'd help him see in the dark. But then he had to wear sunglasses all day. The drops lasted too long. My folks had a peculiar relationship with medicine. We almost never had a regular doctor or health insurance or anything like that. Our immigration stuff was a mess for most of my childhood, so we only qualified for state programs in small patches before something or another would get contested, and we learned to just pile on dentist appointments and stuff in those short windows. If a cut got infected or her migraines were too much to handle, Mom would talk to so-and-so who knew so-and-so, usually another miner, and end up with some pills. And instead of medical advice, every pill came with a gossipy anecdotal warnings and superstitions. Like all this lore that came with it. Like magic. Dangerous, mysterious.
Ever run into any problems?
Sure, yeah. Stuff would be expired or mislabeled. Mom was allergic to penicillin, as it turned out. That was scary. And one time, in high school, Weaver got these pills to help her focus. She was smart, but always going off in different directions, mind racing, like 5 conversations going on in her head at once, and you're lucky if even one of them is with someone in the room, you know? So she had these pills, and they seemed to help. I was struggling in school too, failing my history class. She offered to share the pills.
Did it help?
At first, yeah. It helped a lot. I had a kind of presence and clarity of purpose that I've never really had otherwise. I didn't want to stop taking them. One day I was sitting on my bed. My notebook was open to me My notebook was open next to me on top of a textbook. I was holding a pen in my hand. I remembered this moment from several years before. It came up so suddenly, with such precision, I couldn't put it out of my mind. I felt like I had to stay with it until I'd recalled the whole thing perfectly. It was just a tiny nothing moment. My mom patching up to the side of a birdcage, winding some spare wire around the frame to reinforce it. I was fixated on that image and that sound, the cage kind of bending and twanging as she worked on it, rapping and nodding, scraping copper against paint like bowing a rubber violin with a railroad tie. Oh, Tessa just came over and mrawed so loud at you. God, I love it when cats do shit like that. It's great every time. My parents came back from a triple shift and they found me still sitting there on the edge of my bed, pen in my hand, delirious with thirst, patching that birdcage with a 1,000-yard stare. "9 a.m. to 5 p.m. every day of the year except Labor Day. Last admission is at 4 p.m. daily."
Damn.
"Try the door."
You're a little late for the museum.
"And then what?" "Ben, you're being very uptight right now."
You're right. It's unlocked. I'm not sure it's finished in there, though.
"What's finished? Would it be better if it were finished? Can we be sure of that?"
They're pretty friendly in there.
"Hush. I think I heard a voice. Maybe a security guard?"
I didn't hear anything.
"We're just too late. Let's come back tomorrow." "All right, let's go in."
If everything's shut down, it'll be pretty boring. Any of you folks know a diner or something around here?
"What?"
I said it'll be boring.
"No, We have flashlights. Look, if we visit by day, we see what they want us to see. If we visit by night, it's all up to us."
Emily, Ben, and Bob argue about whether to enter the museum. Okay, nothing further there. Time to go. I don't think there's anything else in the parking lot, but I think we can see the giant eagle if we go a certain direction. Oh, the kid's following us around. Hey, kid. Kid wanted to splash around in the puddles. We can fucking move at speed, though, again, with our fucking skeleton leg.
"So, what's the plan here?"
What do you think?
"Well, we've got to get back on the Zero and bring these documents to the clerk at the Bureau. I'm just not sure how to get there. The entrance at the farmhouse was gone."
Let's ask at the gas station if he knows another route.
"Sure. Okay. Worth a shot."
Time to go. We have an eagle following us now. Julian. The truck's engine sputters and dies as Conway guides it carefully off the road, next to a fallen tree. But before we get to that, as always, we run 3 minutes of ads to keep the pre-roll ads off at the midpoint, which will be right now. So, I will see y'all in 3 minutes. And we will find out why the engine has sputtered and died. Probably because the truck's old as hell. How is everyone doing today? I hope you are all doing. I am very tired, just in general. Doing okay. Shit's still slow at work, Scoop. Tired as hell. What I have tomorrow off. Gonna do the rest of my Christmas shopping. That makes sense. I've got most of mine done. I've still got a handful of folks that I need to grab some stuff for, but most of it is done. I will be happy when Christmas is finished. Yeah, working on the priority stuff. Don't want to start anything big before 2.5 weeks off. That makes perfect sense. Scoop, are you working through Friday? I can't remember. Okay. We are almost back. They'll probably build a Gundam with chat on. Yeah, that makes sense. Seems like a good use of time, I think. All right. Hello, one and all. Welcome back to Kentucky Route. Let's get back to it. Need to get a variety of popcorns the day I leave to go down for family stuff, but other than that, just good baby stuff. Yeah. A tree.
Nothing to be done.
Just won't start up again.
Damn. Got this truck long?
Ira bought it used a ways back.
I wonder how old it was then. Do you... Wait. Is this why you always leave your truck running?
First time it's just died like this.
Well, where's the champagne? Anyway, do you know this area? Anyone around here that could give us a hand?
Looks like a road crew's been out here.
Hey, we should call someone. Do you know a good towing company?
I found this card for a Mercadet wreck recovery on the dash.
Mercadet? All right, I'll give them a call. I hope I can get a signal out here.
Shannon speaks into the large brick cell phone held up to her ear.
Hi, hello. We've got an old, I want to say diesel? Old truck just stalled out.
Inaudible. Confused.
This is Mercadet Rat Recovery, right? A friend gave me your card. Open 23 hours a day?
Inaudible. Inquisitive.
Yeah, that's why I'm calling. Exactly. That's all.
Inaudible. Obtuse.
That's... Okay, look, we need to get back on the road here, and I'm sure you're busy too.
Inaudible. Maudlin.
Are you... Is this a bad time?
Inaudible. Meticulous.
Is that like some kind of naval thing? I don't know. We're off 65 somewhere, just kind of pulled up by this tree that fell over.
Inaudible. Specific.
That's actually a pretty accurate description of it. Yeah. Hanging over the power lines just like that. Did you see it go down?
Inaudible. Assertive.
Okay. Whatever you need to do. How long do you think you'll be?
Radio music.
Hello? I think they're on their way. Guess we have some time to kill.
We could look over the road map again.
I've stared at that thing too long already. Where did you get that old map anyway?
Has always just been in the truck.
Huh. Someone must have grabbed it at a gas station somewhere along the line. Or maybe they threw it in the glove box at the dealership. When my parents bought their first car here, it came with a map. I used to sit in the back and pore over it. Aunt Remedios saw me looking at it, I guess. A few days later, she gave me a map she'd brought from Colombia. It looked almost hand-painted, deep, vibrant colors and rough borderlines like anxious brush strokes. Really pretty. I'd slowly trace the coastline with my finger like I was walking on the beach and say, here we'll swim, here we'll start a fire, here we'll find a cave in the cliff face, and go live among the bats for a while. I think I'll take a look at that radio of yours. Maybe I can get it going again. No point just standing around.
That thing's been broken for years.
So, we'll get to find out what station you had it tuned to when it went out. A snapshot of a younger man's tastes. Do you remember what it was?
Some college station.
Well, I'm sure we'll find something to listen to on the road. Are you bored?
Are you?
Yeah, most of the time. Let's play a game.
What would you like to play?
We can tell the future with this little tree branch. It's pretty easy. We just break off all the little sticks in each section and count through the different things that could happen. Okay, what should we ask? It should be about you. I can't do both the counting out and the questions.
How will I travel in the future?
Ezra snaps the smaller branches away, one at a time, counting out possibilities. Motorbike, motorboat, horseback, hearse, old truck, new truck, new truck. These other branches are too bare. Don't worry about it too much. It's just a bunch of sticks. How long do you think we'll be waiting here? Do you get bored late at night? It's so quiet. I guess you don't mind.
We finally have tunes. Where are we staying tonight?
Some closet at the bar, I guess.
Harry Esperanza's 4-star broom closet experience. Maybe it'll be nice to stay outside one of these nights. Powered down, just enough to rest, but keep an eye on the stars. Be there when the birds wake up.
Short circuits, capacitors popping in the morning dew.
Yeah, you're right. Is the bike kind of dragging a bit tonight?
If only we had some trash to jettison.
You know you'd miss me.
You're the good kind of trash, Cricket.
Oh ho! We should write a song about it.
A fugue for solo guitar.
Ha! Maybe for an encore. Hey, yeah! Didn't you play on this record?
Go-Go was on it.
Yeah, go! That guy is out of control. We should do a set with him.
He's a creep.
Yeah, that creep can play, though. What time is it?
You've got a timing circuit.
Yeah, but yours is more accurate. Harry's gonna flip out.
That old man was born flipped.
I just hope we can scrape up some tips. Hard enough when you get there on time.
Just play the keyboard. I'll figure out the rest.
I know. They look like they could use some help.
You going to fix it up for them, Johnny?
Oh, I don't know, a wrench from a... I'm doing Conway. I don't know, a wrench from a cattle prod. I thought maybe you... I guess it's up to some good Samaritan.
Someone will stop eventually. Someone with nowhere else to be.
You know, we're already late.
So we'd better keep moving.
I just mean... What's another few minutes?
Every minute counts, Cricket.
I think they had a dog.
What is it with you and animals lately?
I don't know. They have a warmth. We still have all this useless bread from the bakery gig. It's stale, but a dog won't care.
Just throw that stuff out. We have somewhere to be.
You know my favorite thing about you, man?
He likes birds now.
My otherworldly fashion sense.
Of course. But a close second is your boundless generosity.
You're not going to let this go, are you?
Sorry, man. Just maybe if they're not busy, they can fill some seats at the gig. You know, if no one's there, Harry will try to bilk us on our fee.
Maniacs. Are you okay?
I'm fine.
Fine like you were back at the mine? Or the storage facility? Never mind. If you want another painkiller, just let me know. I don't need them. If they sit in my bag any longer, they'll probably sprout some weird psychotropic mold. They were in a hurry.
Where do you think they were headed?
What do I think about where they were headed? Sometimes you're pretty abstract. Stay here. Careful. He's wicked with strangers.
Ha! You... Who's chasing you?
Hear that, Cricket? We're being pursued.
I knew it. Who's after us?
That's a good question. These folks seem to have a handle on the situation. So, maybe the law? Sure, something like that. Listen, we've got 2 questions for you folks. What kind of people do you take us for? I mean, how do we strike you?
Not sure I follow.
What kind of temperament do you think that we have? What kind of work would you say that we do?
I guess some kind of art thing, maybe.
It may be.
She's the artist. I'm just an entertainer.
Now here's another question for you. Do you like music?
Do you like music?
I don't like music, but I do like sounds.
Of course you do.
Say, they should come to our gig.
What an idea. We're just trying to get back on the 0. The 0! Is that a fact?
The 0!
Hush, Cricket. You folks are in luck. I happen to know just where you're going. And I'm happy to lead you there. We've been down there many times riding this baby. The vicious cycle.
That's what we call our bike.
We call it the vicious cycle.
Pretty tough, huh?
Only it's just... See, we have a regular booking tonight, and, well, we're running late.
Very late.
That's what I told them. Now the old man who runs this venue, Harry Esperanza, is a notorious withholder, and if we don't get a few bodies in the crowd, well, he'll go all penny-pinching on us. Just a short set. We only have 1 song prepared.
You'll come to the gig, won't you?
We don't really have time.
Of course they will.
Can you believe we almost didn't stop?
Hungry, old lady? I think I got a crust in the sidecar here.
It was only out of the kindness of my own heart. Well, it's all said and done. We stopped. That's all that matters. Our gig's at an old tavern called the Lower Depths. It's over there by old Charlie Moran Highway, just east off 65. We usually take a right at the interstate around the petting zoo. Johnny likes the petting zoo. I do like the petting zoo. Now, let's get about that truck of yours. I feel certain we can get it running.
Hey, I think this radio sucks. Where's that gear in the middle of the thing? Alright, they said they turn off just past the pettings. Oh, that's Junebug and Johnny. There's the petting zoo. The petting zoo is closed. Which is some real bullshit, I think. Act 3, Scene 3. The Lower Depths. Turns out it was a real bar. The bar that the play took place in. Feels a little like home, huh? But I wish it didn't. Gotta keep focused here, Blue. Gotta keep focused.
Kind of late. Are you sure they're open?
Sure, they're open.
This is one of those places.
Let's head on in.
We are not saints, but we've kept our appointment. How many people can boast as much?
That's lovely, ma'am. Who said it?
A poet.
Ma'am, I hate to say it, but the cupboard is bare.
Have some vision, Cricket. We've got 1, 2, 4 patrons.
Harry doesn't count.
Well, we've done more with less.
I haven't been in a bar like this since...
Gave it up, huh? Well, I bet Harry has some coffee back there, but I wouldn't vouch for quality.
She's a connoisseur.
Johnny's favorite regional cuisine is gas station.
A rough brick between two pieces of stale bread sits in the center of the table, surrounded by a ring of undisturbed dust. A bulky set of black goggles sit on the edge of the table next to an ashtray, a newspaper, and a few empty glasses.
Huh.
What do you think that belongs to?
Whoever they are, they're gone now. Must have been pretty tanked to leave it behind. This thing looks expensive.
Ezra flips eagerly through the jukebox's catalog of songs.
What do you think?
I don't know how to play this game.
All I'm pouring tonight is Hard Times whiskey. Got any coffee going? Got any coffee going? No coffee. Hard Times whiskey. Shut the GD door, would you? I can't afford to run the AC all night. Sorry, Harry. Oh, is you too. Where have you been? Never mind. Listen, I can't keep this place open through the small hours of the night just waiting for musicians. Gets lonely, doesn't it? Yeah, kinda. How about some music? There's nobody here to listen to it. I can't pay for... We brought some people, Harry. A crowd is forming. Yeah, but also, don't you want to hear some music, Harry? That does sound nice after the day I've had. But anyway, it's time for us to listen to a song. How's it looking out there? How are y'all feeling tonight? Can we get a bit more reverb in the monitors? Harry adjusts a soundboard behind the bar. How's that? Test, 1, 1, 1, 3, 50. Lamentation. Sounds good. How's everybody doing? Anybody had a real bad night? No, the theremin performance is next. When we're back down in the zero. I think that's chapter 4. This is the It's Too Late to Love You Now song. How about you, old man? Yeah, real bad. We'll try not to make it too much worse. This is a song I heard in a tavern many years ago at an open mic night. Me and Johnny were out just riding around, you know? You like to drive around, old man? That's my job. Yeah, there is a theremin performance later, and you do need to sit through the whole thing. Of course you do. So we were out riding around, and we passed this gaudy old tavern. I mean, it was a real dive. Busted up facade. Weeds in the parking lot. Taps all dry. Bats in the bar room. And run by this creaky bag of bones. Looked like the only thing keeping him awake was the fear of death. So glad to be back here at the lower depths. Hey now. So we stopped for an early drink, and there was a lady singing right here on stage. And the song she sang, well, it stuck with us. And now it's a regular part of our performance. Never got that lady's name. But she seemed like a sweet gal, and she had a voice like Scotch whiskey. And we just hope to do her song justice. So, here it is. Too Late to Love You. The bar falls away. The finest of guitar beats, and the fastest quick change you've ever seen. I do kind of like how they fuck with the stage. It is a pretty dress. I like the vibes of this. Honestly, this song isn't terrible, and I think choosing the, like, way it gets put together is a very interesting thing. This sounds like Florence and the Machine heard from outside of a bar underwater. Yes, it does. You are correct. The entirety of Kentucky Route Zero to me feels kind of like trying to describe a dream. Yeah, I don't hate it either, honestly. I like most of Kentucky Root's music. It's very understated. And the vibe is strong. But it's very ethereal in the whole thing. And everything about it feels like vaguely trying to describe a dream that you had. And I'm into that. I do like how Johnny and Junebug are robots, and that is barely addressed. They are fully robots, androids. When they move, they make servo noises. They go bzz, 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 bzz. Yeah, they're robots. They're just robots. It is. Like, I really like this game for a lot of things, but just I like an ethereal story. I like a weird one that has bizarre layers and also just, like, sometimes threads that stick out and don't really do much. Why are they robots? Who fucking cares? It doesn't really matter, from what I remember. I know they talk about it at a certain point, but, like, why? Also imagine your band being just a guitar player and a singer. This is also like a fun metaphor for the power of music, to be able to transport you to a different place, to be able to change the situation that you are in, be able to modify your evening in such a way that it affects you on a level that can seem disproportionately wide and vast. Music is a powerful tool. Well, hope you liked it. Kinda sad, isn't it? Kind of. Listen, We appreciate you folks sticking around for the show. There's nothing more wretched than playing sad songs to an empty room. We've just got to get our fee from Harry, and then we'll get you headed to the, Zero. Well, Harry, I think that went pretty well.
I'd say the crowd was into it. Reverential.
Rapt. I guess the usual fee is about right, and we'll let you get back to your business.
Well, that's just the...
Damn it. I was trying to tell you two, I can't pay. They cleaned me out. I got nothing left but a GDIOU from the distillery.
An IOU?
Yeah, I traded them for some whiskey, and I guess I had some surplus credit, so I got this note to get some more from them later on.
Must have been a hell of a trade.
I had to. Gotta keep this place open somehow, goddammit.
Watch your language, Harry. Could you pay them with the IOU?
Well, very contemporary, very astute. How about it, Harry? Let's push some paper around. Well, it's just... I can collect on it here when they bring more whiskey up. But for you to cash in, you'd have to go down to... You know... Down to the distillery. Down to hard times. And you know, it's... You gotta take the zero. That's what we'll do. How do we get there? You said you knew how to get there. No, I don't believe that's exactly what I said.
It is exactly what you said.
Are you folks sure you want to head down there? I've never been down there myself, but I hear people hear things. Rumors.
Do you know another way to get to Dogwood Drive?
Dogwood?
Got a letter, did you?
I got a stack of them.
Well, okay. Sounds like the Zero's your only course now.
Harry, you're all right.
If only. You got a radio in your car?
Yep.
Well, here's what you gotta do. Take a left out of the parking lot, and then just fiddle around on your dial until you hear something familiar, but...
I mean... familiar, but strange. You know the feeling? Like, I used to go to hunt with my uncle out in the mountains, and now I watch those nature programs. They're filmed in the mountains, and there's the deer, and I know all the plants and every kind of tree, but some just doesn't look right. And it's even stranger for being so close to familiar. Something like that. You'll know it when you hear it. Fix that strange but unfamiliar station on your dial, and drive for a bit, and then turn around when the station cuts out. I mean right then.
Hope you folks find what you're looking for. Eventually.
Always a pleasure, Harry.
Is it?
Yeah, welcome to Night Vale ass instructions, right? Getting onto the Zero is ritual. It is not an actual highway. It is strange ritual. What's this? Never heard this before. Sounds like horses? Horses running a race?
Charlie and I used to go to races sometimes.
Charlie. He was your boss's kid, right? The one who, yeah, must be some memories there.
Well, that fits our familiar but strange for me. Harry said we just drive until it cuts out?
There are several horses on the road. There are several horses in our way. Well, here we are again, back on the zero. The Hall of the Mountain King. Act 3, Scene 4. The Hall of the Mountain King. Always talk to Blue first. They don't keep the roads up too well, do they? Not down here. So empty. Just let it go, I guess. The bridge ends abruptly, crumbling in disrepair. Time to cut him loose, ma'am?
Well, now I'm having fun.
Ha! Okay. Slow night anyway. A loop of decayed rope is coiled on the banister. Some rotted sections have been smoothed over with a fine dust. Broken computer monitors are heaped precariously among the rocks. A pet carrier for a cat or a small dog has been left by the path. A calcified rag wadded in the corner might once have been a blanket. This backpack? A hiking backpack leans against a rock. It's empty except for a dusty bag of cat food and a few punch cards. A pile of discarded electronics burns steadily in the center of the chamber. That seems bad. I don't think you're supposed to burn those.
Oh, it's triangles within triangles down here. Shifting, intersecting, overlaying. Isn't it romantic? Let's see. You're here to steal back the love of a boy you once knew, when you were too young to recognize the movements of the heart. You're escorting her, pretending to have interests at heart. Well, really. And you're in love with a young woman as well, and so you've agreed to help him conspire to win her affections, but it's just a ploy to set him up for embarrassment and diminish him out of the picture. What are you talking about? No, you're right. It's insipid. Derivative. I used to be really good at this. I had 11 novels published, from The Billionaire's Bidding to Fields of Longing. Real hot, bodice-ripping stuff, you know? I miss those days in my Lexington studio apartment. Just me and my thesaurus steaming up the windows.
Why'd you stop writing?
You know, suddenly, it was all computers everywhere you went. I thought I might be able to do something with that. Inject a little libido into those ugly beige boxes. Ha! So I went back to the university, and I studied human-computer interaction, and then I picked up Donald's research assistantship here as a tester, debugging. In my off hours, I played around with the doomed love story at the core of our little simulation. That seemed to amuse Donald, so I kept at it. I'm afraid I tinkered too much, made it too complex. Now the work is never done. We don't even have to add any new functionality. The bugs just grow on their own. Too complex. I miss those days in my Lexington studio apartment.
A woman in a tattered cardigan looks furtively at the other people around the fire. Donald puffs on a smoldering pipe while half mumbling, half singing an old country tune. Where the old green river runs through the hill and caves not known to us, down to that sunless sea. Oh, who are you?
What's that song?
Ah, you've caught a verse of my absent-minded warbling. It's just a song from my youth. Something a dear friend used to sing to herself as we hacked on crystal radios in the boiler room. In old Kentucky, where my love a lovely home did build for me, and where the old green river runs through hills and caves not known to us, down to that sunless sea. From there on, it's all meandering rivers and romantic greenery, and that is... What were we talking about? We're a bit lost, actually. Ah, you came from the road. 0. No, you should stay off that road. Not safe. Bizarre topology. You'll never get anywhere. It just brings you right back here. Back to this cave. Always back to this spot. It's a prison. An irrational prison. No, it's Z. We've been over this. The Z! Captain Father Pizza Ball is bones. But I don't mind it. Not anymore. This is where my life's work is. The computer, right on the other side of the spire. It looks like a harmless old computer, doesn't it? Like some beat-up mainframe exhumed from a university basement and left in this cave to rot. Or to flower. No, it's no ordinary computer. I've modified it extensively and in some pretty experimental ways, you believe me. And that's to say nothing of the software, but... You look like a technically minded sort of person. Tell me, do you know the effects of mold growth on diffused-based transistor circuitry?
Sounds like it would short-circuit.
Certainly. But not all of it. Some moldy filaments are more or less conductive than others, and it grows in nonlinear chaotic patterns. We can guide it a bit through a simple application of classical horticulture, but we can't produce specific results, only tendencies. Thwarted and feeble, we hammer on this derelict keyboard. My name is Reason, King of Kings. But we are mere gardeners in the ruins. Our keystrokes echo off into the tunnels, boundless and bare. The caves stretch far away. We are too late, always too late. What? Did you say something?
I'm just interested in the mold computer.
The mold computer? Oh, Xanadu! You've heard about it. Perhaps you've read about it in a journal? It's been years since I published anything. Xanadu has evolved significantly since I explained its data structures in my article, Literary Multitudes, Hypertextual Narrative of Post-Structural Witness. Evolved, and then deteriorated. Donald sighs dramatically and takes a puff from his pipe. I'm afraid you're too late, fellow hypertext enthusiast.
As the mold accumulated on circuitry, Xanadu blossomed for a moment into something holy and enchanted. Then, all the charm was broken. Do you have any idea what it's like to spend your life building something and then sit powerlessly as your work declines into ruin?
I dropped deliveries for a small antique shop and we're closing down.
I fix TVs and I'm about to lose the lease on my workshop. My family disappeared. Julian and me don't know what to do.
Not really. Junebug, I love you.
Ah! Then I hope you never have occasion to be haunted by the ghosts of missed opportunities. Well, I have my own ghosts, and I keep them in there, in Xanadu. It's running on that glorious, dusty machine. Take a look if you'd like. Too late to do anything but smoke and reminisce. Anyway, far too late to do anything.
Do you know that when I first... No, I mean, if this cave were larger, could it... Now I'm getting ahead of myself. I've got it now. How would you characterize this space, the one we're standing in now?
It's a mess.
A catastrophe. Or the site of some ancient catastrophe anyway. Sure, the evidence is all around us.
The shadows make it hard to tell how big it is.
Sure, that's...
But they're not just shadows, right? I mean, they could be... They're projections, or maybe they're... anatomies? How's that? You tell where we are now, surrounded by creeping anatomies? Close your eyes. Will you close your eyes?
Only if you close yours.
Okay, I can do it from memory. Good. Now, you are standing at the top of a rocky peak. A tongue of flame licks the shadowy anatomies of... Where are we? Oh. Here again. How disappointing.
What are all these computers for?
Computers? Oh, now I remember. I was writing on them. I described a cave. That was my job. Describe the cave. There's a great history of caves in literature, don't you know? The walls are frozen rivers of orange stone. Isn't that vivid? I had a lot to live up to. I was a grad student studying statistics when I started working with Donald on his project. He said we needed someone with a more analytical mind to do the descriptive writing. Someone who would appreciate the cave descriptions as real labor instead of taking their authorial voice for granted. Donald warned me it would be long hours of typing painstakingly detailed descriptions into the computer. And I've put in the hours. Believe me, I've put in the hours. I've described every facet of this cave in such detail that sometimes I don't know if I'm reading or looking, writing or exploring. Often in the dark and lonely moments, I worry that in my sleep I've transcribed rooms from my dreams into the system. How would we know? They could only be entered with precise, faithful detail. That's all I know how to write. And all I dream about is caves. I only dream of caves. A man wearing large glasses inspects the ceiling. A massive gate constructed of scavenged materials blocks passage down the far side of the spire.
The kingdom is in peril.
Roberta laughs.
Well, what else is new?
Do you work here?
Work? You could call it that. I gather old circuit boards and throw them into the fire. Sometimes I fish out precious metals and let them cool into toxic gems. I put them in my hair. Enchanted jewelry, talismans, a magic mirror that prevents the future, a magic shield that protects the bearer from age, a magic chest that's always filled with... I never went to the university. I was an independent scholar. It means I took to the public libraries like a beachcomber. I studied fairy tales. And then when I came to work for Donald, I paid the bills, rubbed leathering elbows with academics, scraped black mold from cave walls. Finally, now I carry the firewood into senescence. The kingdom is in peril.
A woman in a long, worn shirt stares at the fire, lost in thought. No one else over here, right? Yeah. Baffling control panels are sheltered from the elements with a worn tarp. A closet-sized wall of knobs and wires looms behind the machine, humming faintly. An electric typewriter is the only easily recognizable component. But I don't think we have time to go into Xanadu today, y'all. I'm afraid. I think we are going to be ending it there. But I wanted to thank you all for coming, as usual. I really appreciate everybody showing up. I really appreciate everybody hanging out. You know, yeah, thanks, y'all. I think I'm gonna wrap it here. I don't have anyone really to kick you to at the moment, so I think I am just going to send the people who have something up to a Twitch that I hold in high esteem, which is Critterville, USA. Chill with squirrels, birds, and bunnies. So this is an interesting one. Yeah, I really enjoy Kentucky Route Zero. I think it's a cool little thing. It's an odd art piece. It's a really odd whole thing. But either way, if you want to see some cute animals, enjoy. If not, I'll see y'all later. Oh, one more announcement real quick before I end it. There will be no stream tomorrow. Scoop and I are going to a hockey game, so I'm not going to be available. And then next week is Christmas Eve and all that stuff, and I'm going to be out of town. So the next stream is going to be New Year's Eve, I believe. I don't see any reason why I wouldn't be streaming on that afternoon, but that will be the next one. So I will see you all then. I hope you all have a lovely holidays, if you are celebrating anything. And yeah, I look forward to carrying this whatever it is into the new year, and thank you all for being here up until this point. Have a lovely rest of your day. Bye. Hey, if you stuck around to the end of the video, I just wanted to say thank you, and I hope that you enjoyed. If you want to help support me in making more of this, you can follow me on Twitch, where I stream these live. Like, comment, and subscribe. I suspect you all know how this works by now, but it really does help a lot. Thanks.